Google Calendar tutorial better than Calendly. Hey guys, welcome to a thorough tutorial about Google Calendar where I'll show you everything you need to know and why it's better than any other calendar out there. So let's get into it. So first of all, Google Calendar is so easy to access and it's a free app that you get with Google. So to access your Google Calendar, what you have to do is you can just simply go to a new tab and you can click on the Google apps, and this is where you will find the Google Calendar. Now, once you open it up, if you have a Google account, if you have an email address, you're good to go. You will be able to use it. Now, you can see this is the basic calendar that you will be getting. So a lot of people think that maybe they need a fancy calendar like Calendly or a paid software. Well, you don't. You can do everything within your Google Calendar, and I'll show you how. So first of all, let me show you the different options you will be getting. So at the top here on our Google Calendar, we have the create option that allows me to create an event, task, or appointment schedule. At the top here, I can also get the view. So if I want to switch to my weekly view, if I want to switch to my monthly or yearly view, I can do that from here. At the top here, we will also be getting these settings, and this is my account here, and I can access some of the other Google app from here, such as the Keep. We have tasks, we have contacts, maps, and we can even add more, which will work on as the add-ons or integrations. So let's go ahead and create our first event or task. So for that, you have to simply go to create option, and then you're going to click on event. Now this is an event that I will be creating. Now this can be a meeting maybe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it meeting 1. Now this is an event. Then we can add the time for the meeting. Let's say this meeting is today from 2 p.m. to 3. Okay, now we can select if it's all day. We can even select the time zone here. So all day means that maybe this thing will happen throughout the day. So you can select that. Then there will be no specific time. Or you can, undo this button, and then you will have to select the time. Then we have the time zone. This is very important. Now we can actually select a time zone on our calendar. So you can have maybe related to different clients, maybe related to different places, your own time. So you can actually do that here. Then we have does not repeat. Now this is where I will be seeing the recurring task, if it repeats or not. So does not repeat, we have daily, weekly, monthly, annually, or every day. So this task actually, maybe this meeting happens weekly on Monday. So I can actually select that option, and now it's a recurring task that has been created. Now, this is where I will be adding my guests or my attendees. So this is where you will enter the email address of any person you want to invite to this event, to this meeting. So you will enter the email address. Now, this is where we can add our Google Meet link. So if I click on it, now you can see it has created a brand new Meet for me, a brand new event within my Google Meet. So now what I can do is I can copy the reference, and I can just simply go ahead and create a meeting here. Or we can even add a location if it was a physical meeting that is not happening online. So if it's offline, you will add the location here. Then we have the description. Now for the description, let's say that I want my attendees to maybe bring the files or maybe like proofread all the information or something like that. So we will add it here. Then we have add a Google Drive attachment. So this is where we can add any type of file or attachment. So let's say I want to add one. So I will just click on add, and then we will select the file from our Google Drive to add it to our calendar here. So once the file is added, it will be added here. Then we have our, simple reminder or notification. So if you want a notification, maybe like 30 minutes before the meeting, you can select this option, or maybe if you want it like 20 minutes. So let's say this one is the reminder and we want the private, and then I want actually a reminder 15 minutes before the meeting. So we have added it right here. Click on save, and a brand new event will be created within your Google Calendar. So now you can see this is the meeting that we just created. So this is how you create an event within your Google Calendar. Now, the next thing I will be doing is I will be creating some of the tasks on my calendar. Click on task, and you will just add the title for the task. So let's say this is task 1. So again, what task is it? So, and when is it? So maybe it's tomorrow. We're going to select here, and the time I will be selecting, maybe it's 5 p.m. Then we have does not repeat. Yes. Add a description. Now this task can be any task. Maybe it's related to your work. Maybe it's related to your personal use. Maybe it's a simple, you are trying to manage your everyday, so you can do that. You want to manage your team, you can add the task here. So for the description, maybe I'm just going to write the word test. So here we actually have a list, which is my tasks, and we will simply add it here. Click on save and a brand new task will be created. I will be doing the same thing, and we can actually create a task very easily. What you have to do is you can actually select a day or a time. So maybe I have a task at 10 a.m. on 7. So I'm going to select here. We're going to go to the task, and let's say I have task 2. Add a description, add the time, click on save, and it will be added right here. Similarly, I have maybe another event or something like that. So I can select maybe the date 8. And we can customize even the colors for this. Maybe I can go with this one. And then we can give it the name meeting 2. And we can add the test. We can add our guests here. We can add different, options that I just showed you. Click on save, and you can see it will be created like this. Let's say maybe I have another task here. So I'm going to go with task 3, and it's very simple to create a task and to schedule with the Google Calendar. So now you can see this is what it will look like. And let's say I want to manage the whole day, so I can do that. For example, I have a task at on 6. I have a task at this time, so we can call it task 5. Click on save, and it will be created here. So this way I can actually manage my whole day with the help of Google Calendar. And if you want to do a lot more, and if you want the full view of your task, you can just simply open it up, and from here we can actually expand. So I'm going to open it up. Look, this is what the event looks like if you open it up completely, and it shows you all of the details that you wanted to add here. So this is our, simple meeting that we created. And even there are more options like print, delete, duplicate, publish event, publish this instance for the event, or change the owner of the event. Now, this way I can even duplicate this task, and we can have like more than one owner here. We can add more, and this way I can like manage my events and tasks. Then we have the third option, which is quite new option on Google Calendar and very useful, which is the appointment schedule. Click on appointment schedule, and now we can actually have our availability. We can have our appointments with Google Calendar. I don't need to use Calendly. I don't need to use any other app. I can do it for free within my Google Calendar, and I'm so excited about it actually. We have bookable appointment schedule. Now, this way I can actually add my Google Calendar to any of my websites, any of my booking websites. Maybe I have a website, a shop, so I can do that here. Maybe I sell my services online, any kind of service, so we can actually do that here. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to select our availability before we add the booking. So we have availability here. This one is repeat weekly. Yes. So availability. Now, first you're going to select the day. So if you're available on Sunday and Saturday, you will just click on add, and it will be added. But for me, I'm available from Monday to Friday. Okay, perfect. But the time, this is not the time when I'm available. So we are available from 10 to 8 p.m. And this one now I will click on copy to all. And now you can see it will be copied to all of the days here. Let's say on Friday, I'm actually not available from 10 to 8. I'm available from 10 to actually 4. So we're going to select right here, and you can see this is what it will look like, and it will show something like this on my website or my calendar. So now people can actually book the appointments here, and we can already see that I can also book different appointments here, the schedules, even my team members. So, and for example, if I'm available here, a team member can simply just go ahead and book the meeting here or any kind of appointment. So we can also see the ones that we just created, the events, so it will be shown here. We have some more option here. We have scheduling window. So this is also the window, like the limit range where the appointments can be booked. Now, what happens is I can either like keep it available now, which means that people can book it anytime, or a team member can book it anytime, or I can actually have specific end dates. For example, that if it's my 1 month, so what I can do is I can maybe add like a month here, or we can just simply add maybe 2 months, or we can add a specific date or time. So it says like 60 days here. So for me, I am open for like I can have this for 30 days. So it will be just for 30 days now that people can see it. Okay, from this date to this date, I am available. And then we have location and conference. So this is here where I can also add the location again. We can add the online location. We can add the offline location here very easily. Then we have the description. Now, in the description, again, for the purpose of the video, I'm just going to write the word test, or we can add like maybe this as the scheduling, or this is the booking, or whatever. And then we have booking form. Now, this is the booking form that I can actually create for my, scheduling. So this is actually really interesting. We can customize the form people use to book an appointment. So here what we have the first name, last name, email address. Now, this is where people will add the information. If I want to add more, I will click on add an item, and it will allow me to select from maybe a phone number or maybe a custom item. So maybe I want to also get the phone number. So I'm just going to click on add item, and now you can see this is what it will look like. We will require the full name, last name, email, and the phone number for this, specific scheduling. If you wanted to create like a custom item, let's say sometimes you will need a specific maybe area, you want the address, you can also add it right here. If you want to add maybe an online platform, an app, maybe any kind of information that you need from people, any requirements, age requirement, you can add it right here. So you simply click on add item, and it's added here, and this is the booking form. Then we have the booking confirmation and reminders. So how will that work? That once the booking is confirmed, whether you will send a notification or you want to send an email, so you will select the option from here. We have calendar invitation. You and the person who made the appointment will get a confirmation email with the calendar invitation. So for that, we have this perfect option here. Now you can see this is how we can add the availability. We can create a booking form. So let's give our available booking appointment schedule a name. So maybe for now, for the purpose of the video, I'm just gonna call it test booking. Maybe there was like you run a spa, you give some marketing, classes, you have lectures, you are a teacher, anything you want to do, you can just simply add, the name here. Then we have the booking page. Now this is also an important option, that see how your identity is displayed. So what we can do is we can customize our identity as well. So for that, you will actually have what you have for your Google account. That's what will be shown here. So you can actually change that. You can change your picture and you can change your name. So that's what will be shown as your appearance for your photo or your name. This is what people will see. So once you've added all of the information, you can see this is what it looks like. We have our availability ready, and then we have all of the information added. I'm just going to click on save, and now you can see we have a brand new, scheduling page ready. So you can see open booking page. So I'm going to click on open booking page, and let me show you what it looks like. And there you go. You can see this is what my page looks like. We have different time zones. So as I told you, I'm available from 10 to 7. So this is the time. So if someone wants to book an appointment, let's say for tomorrow, somebody wants to book for 12 p.m. So they have to enter their first name, last name, email address, and phone numbers. This is the form that we created. Click on book and the appointment will be booked. That's really good. So for example, 11, I'm going to click on book, and now you can see it will be created. We're going to click on close, and now you can see this is done. Similarly, someone can create any type of appointment from here, and this is what the scheduling page looks like. Pretty impressive, very simple, and I think it's really impressive that we can do this within our Google Calendar now, and we don't need any other app or software, a bot software or something like that, like Calendly? I don't think so. I think Google Calendar is good. So this was the scheduling page here. So now it has been created. Within our Google Calendar, keep in mind that we actually have more than one calendar that we can go for. So what happens is you can actually add more calendars. So for example, click on add another calendar, and you can create subscribe to calendar, create a new calendar, browse calendars of interest, and more. So we're going to click on browse, and now it will allow me to browse for different calendars. For example, you can go for calendars like sports. So if you want to go for any other phases of the moon, if you want to go for public holidays, you want to go for different holidays in different around the world, so you can do that. Then we even have subscribe to a calendar. So if you want to subscribe to a specific calendar, you can also do that. Similarly, we have import and export option too. So if you already have a calendar created somewhere, you can actually get them, maybe a birthday calendar or maybe like a work related calendar. You can simply go ahead and import it here. So this is how we can create more than one calendar here within our Google Calendar. So at the top here now you can see we know how to create event, task, and even we have our appointment scheduling. Then at the top here we will have our settings. Now I'm going to take you to settings, and I will show you how we can do some of the basic settings when it comes to our Google Calendar. So first of all, we have the language and region, where you can select the language, the time zone, and more. Then we have the time zone here, and we have world clock. So you can actually have more than one time zones within your Google Calendar. So you will go to world clock, click on show world clock, and add a time zone. So let's say I have this time zone here. I'm going to add another one. So we're going to go ahead and add for US. Then we can add even more. So we can add more than one time zone, which is called the world clock. Then we also have the guest permissions. So in the guest permissions, what we can do is we can actually select the roles of different people that we invite to our Google Calendar. So you can, whether they will be able to modify an event, if they will be able to see the guest list, if they can invite other people. So I don't want the people I invite to invite others. So I'm going to uncheck this option here. Then we have the notification settings. So for the notification, what you want to go for, you want to turn it off, you want to do the desktop notifications, you want the alerts, you can select that option from here. Then you can actually go to the event settings here, and this is where we can do the event settings. Then we have the keyboard shortcuts available as well, where you can add different shortcuts for your calendar too. Then for the add calendar, you will get the import and export option here as well that you can check out. So these are some of the basic settings that you should know when it comes to Google Calendar. Now, this is the weekly view. Maybe I can switch to the monthly view, and it will show me something like this. You can see this is our simple monthly view for the calendar, and I can even switch to the yearly view now, and I can do more. So within our Google Calendar, we actually have some of the integrations that we can add, such as the Keep. So for the Keep, if I want to quickly add notes, and if I want to quickly add any kind of document, I can do that. So we just click on take a note, and let's say I want to take like a test note. So I'm going to click on done, and now you can see this note has been created here. I'm going to click on these three dots, and what we can do is we can open it in Keep, or I can access it anytime I want to within my Google Calendar. So now if I open up the Keep, you will see that we will have our note ready here to be used. Similarly, we can use the maps. Now this is an important option because we have offline locations as well for the different meetings that we are creating, so we can actually use that. Then here we have the search bar at the top. So this search bar will allow me to search any type of event or anything. So in the search bar as well, it's a pretty good elaborated search bar. So searching, you can search in the active calendar or any other calendar that you have created. What are you looking for? Who, where, doesn't have, or date, and to. So this, because sometimes we have a lot of different tasks and events and everything created within our Google Calendar. So I think this is a good option to have, that we can actually customize our search. So once everything is done right here, you can see this is how you will do it. And now I can go ahead and go to create an event for even like my monthly view, and it will look something like that. So at this side of the screen, we can also see the contact option. So this contact option is really good for our Google Calendar because this is where I can see all of my tasks that I have created, but at the same time, I will be able to add different members. So click on create now, and this will allow me to add a task here. And then within my task, I can add different assignees, and we can add the deadline. So this option is actually pretty good for to separate the task option just the task option within our calendar. And we can create a contact by just clicking on create contact, and we can add the name here, add the information. This is the contact option. So then you can add this contact to any of the task or the project that you're creating with your Google Calendar. So with this separate task, we can even create different lists. Now maybe I can create like a to-do list. So if I click on done, and now you can see my to-do list will have different tasks created. So if I go to my to-do, and then we can add a task, maybe task 1, maybe we can add task 2. So now you can see we have separate lists created within our list. So this is a small project management dashboard, or a simple task management dashboard that we get within our calendar, which is pretty impressive. So Google Calendar is actually now all in one calendar that you can check out, and it's available for free, of course, within our Google apps. And you can do all of these different things within the Google Calendar. You can create events, you can create tasks, you can schedule appointments, and do a lot more. I hope this video was a big help to you, and now you know how to use Google Calendar and why it's better than other calendars out there. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the YouTube channel.